Hudson. Interesting facts. Below is a list of Sully, Miracle on the Hudson hidden truth and facts you probably don't know. Ferry Captain Vincent Lombardi, who was the captain of the first ferry to reach the plane, played himself in the movie. Crash landing rescue scenes were filmed at the same Hudson River location where the actual survivors were recovered. The production filmed scenes at the New York Marriott Downtown Hotel where the original crash landing survivors were brought after the actual accident. Tom Hanks spent half a day with Chesley Sullenberger at his Bay Area home during pre-production. Sullenberger said he was impressed by how well the actor caught him. Chesley Sullenberger was present at the studio. He supported the movie and helped it to reflect reality. Near the end of the movie when Sully is before the NTSB, he tells them they forgot to use the human factor when they used simulations to show he could have gotten to an airport. They relented and added 35 seconds to the simulation before the simulated pilots reacted to the problem. The actual time, from the bird strike, was 58 seconds, a 23-second difference. Clint Eastwood deliberately filmed the escape onto the life raft without rehearsal to capture the physical difficulty of releasing the raft. Tom Hanks and Aaron Eckhart's actions were unscripted. At 96 minutes, this was the shortest film Clint Eastwood had ever directed. Laura Linney claimed that despite not sharing any screen time with Tom Hanks, they were genuinely online with each other during the filming of the phone conversations. Tom Hanks claimed that widening his hair to play Chesley Sullenberger was surprisingly difficult for the makeup department. The scene where Sully and some of his crew appear on Late Show with David Letterman, episode 16.88, 2009, was CGI altered from the original interview, similar to the various Tom Hanks in history scenes in Forrest Gump, 1994, and was not recreated for the movie. David Letterman's appearance has changed a great deal since 2009 and he is not in the film as Katie Couric is. To create the post-crash scenes in the river, the producers first shot footage of the rescue boats, surrounding a large empty space, in the Hudson River. They combined those shots with footage of retired A320 aircraft in Universal Studios' artificial lake, Falls Lake, in Southern California. Parts of another Tom Hanks historical flight disaster movie, Apollo 13, 1995, were also filmed in Falls Lake. Brazilian premiere was postponed because of the aerial tragedy involving a football team 2 days before. This is the first collaboration between Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks. During the in-flight emergency, Sully asks his co-pilot Jeff Skiles to get the QRH, the Quick Reference Handbook. QRH contains all the procedures applicable for abnormal and emergency conditions in an easy-to-use format. In addition, performance data corrections are also provided for specific conditions. The aviation acronym QRH is never explained or defined anywhere in the movie. The bulky ring with the blue stone that Sully fiddles with comes from the U.S. Air Force Academy. Chesley Sullenberger was a member of the class of 1973. Tom Hanks wore another military ring in Apollo 13, 1995, where he played astronaut Jim Lovell, a U.S. Naval Academy graduate. When Sully is jogging through Times Square, signs referencing other Clint Eastwood projects, Gran Torino, 2008, and Jersey Boys, 2014, are visible. The sign for Gran Torino also features a picture of Eastwood, making it a cameo. The biplane that Sully is training on in the flashback scene is a very rare Stearman Cloudboy, one of just 6 still flying at the time the movie was made. Director Clint Eastwood shot this film almost entirely with the new Alexa IMAX registered sign. 65mm cameras. This film is based on the autobiography Highest Duty, co-written by Chesley Sullenberger and Jeffrey Zaslow, about the safe landing of U.S. Airways Flight 1549 known as Miracle on the Hudson that occurred on Thursday, January 15, 2009. The airplane lost engine power after hitting a flock of Canada geese during climb out at approximately 2,800 feet AGL and 200 nautical miles per hour. Each of the two engines ingested at least 2 Canada geese, average weight between 7–10 pounds, and neither engine was able to produce sufficient thrust to sustain flight afterwards. Captain Sullenberger was able to ditch the aircraft in the Hudson River, resulting in the survival of all on board. This is Clint Eastwood's 35th theatrical motion picture as a director. Katie Couric, who appears in the film, interviewed Chesley Sullenberger for 60 minutes, saving Flight 1549/Coldplay, 2009, which aired on February 8, 2009, a mere 24 days after the miraculous event. This is the second time Tom Hanks has portrayed a real-life person where the event took place in the year 2009. He previously portrayed Captain Phillips, 2013, who was taken hostage by Somali pirates in April 2009. The events in Sully took place in January 2009. The song A Real Hero by French electronic artist College, in collaboration with Electric Youth, released in 2010, is about Captain Chesley Sullenberger in the U.S. Airways Flight 1549 water landing incident. Electric Youth frontman Austin Garrick was inspired to write the song by a quote from his grandfather, who spoke of Sullenberger in the incident. Garrick's grandfather referred to Sullenberger as a real human being and a real hero, which became the song's refrain. The song has been featured in films including Drive, 2011, and Taken 2, 2012. The aircraft used in this film is an Airbus A320-200, the production brought to retired Airbus A320s that were used. Ann Cusack played members of Tom Hanks' crew in both A League of Their Own, 1992, and this movie. The actual Airbus aircraft involved in the incident was recovered from the Hudson and placed on display at the Carolinas Aviation Museum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte was the original destination for this flight. Footage shown during the credits with the actual passengers and crew was shot at the museum. In Sully's flashback to flying a biplane as a teenager, a Civil Air Patrol sign, red prop on a blue background, is clearly visible on an airport building. The Cap was responsible for courier duty and coastal patrol missions, among other tasks, during World War II. Today, they are responsible for all inland search and rescue operations in the United States, and they operate one of the largest fleets of aircraft in the world. This is Clint Eastwood's first film since Firefox, 1982, not to be edited by Joel Cox. Clint Eastwood previously directed Laura Linney in Absolute Power, 1997, and Mystic River, 2003. Both Tom Hanks and Brett Rice also starred in Forrest Gump, 1994, where Rice played Gump's football coach in high school. Laura Linney and Aaron Eckhart had worked together on Frasier, 1993, playing a couple. This is the second time Tom Hanks has played a real-life aviator who rescued people from a crippled craft, having also played astronaut Jim Lovell in Apollo 13, 1995. A chain of gossip in 2015, which turned out to be wholly incorrect, claimed that when director Clint Eastwood gave Doris Day a copy of the script, she loved it and was tempted to return to the big screen. In the drama thriller Julie, 1956, Day played a flight attendant who has to land the plane by herself when disaster strikes. The incident takes place on January 15, 2009. The remainder of the film unfolds between January 15, 2009 and May 4, 2010. Mike O'Malley and Max Adler previously worked together on Glee, 2009. Two flight attendants tell a joke about wishing they were in JFK Airport. Tom Hanks, in his earlier picture The Terminal, 2004, played a man who makes JFK Airport his home. U.S. Airways merged with American Airlines on October 17, 2015.
Yummy.
Chesley Sullenberger, during the credits, in archive footage of a U.S. Airways Flight 1549 crew and passengers reunion. Jeffrey Skiles, during the credits, In archive footage of a U.S. Airways Flight 1549 crew and passengers reunion. The Sully, Miracle on the Hudson Facts and Truths.